Hi, this is Irv from softwareforhealthcare.com. This is the EHR training video, lesson 1. Before you listen to this or work with this, you should go to the Get the Answers video on electronic health records. That will show you the DocPro EHR in 7 ways to enter data. And even voice uses drag and voice recognition. So that's a really important one to watch first, okay? Because it'll give you a nice overview. This one is actually for providers who are entering notes. Okay, this is for you, the provider, to enter notes. And this is the first in a probably several training videos that we're going to do. And you can follow along in your DocPro. And this is not a well-structured tutorial at this point. What I want to do is just explore some concepts with you that are going to be really important to helping you increase your productivity and actually get better notes than you would, more complete, get them done faster. And I think you'll be really surprised if you aren't really a computer expert. You'll be amazed at what's already in your computer. It's there for free. I mentioned Microsoft Word in the other video, but I meant to say WordPad. And you can't see my icons, I don't think, at the bottom of my screen, but I keep WordPad down there. And when I click it, it comes up here like this. And that'll be a working place for us. But for right now, we'll just start out with going into any patient. I'm just going to say Eleanor Harvey here, just happens to be here. And Eleanor Harvey was in actually today, so we put a charge in, and it's a physical therapy eval. So let's go to our medical records, MedRecs, right here, or you just press the M key. And now you're going to have your work area for your records. We're going to press A for add. It always comes up with today's visit date. We'll start out with a subjective. And right now I have a few canned notes in here, but I have an entire note system that I use on the web system, the web notes, which is coming over to here. So this will be much expanded. It'll be a lot. It'll have a lot of new features, but this has a lot already. So I think I want to show you what it looks like. In our macros, we just call in something from subjective. We'll just say, as we did in the other lower, back pain. Now we'll just go with that for now. Now we'll go to objective, and we're just going to say, let's say dermal inspection. Okay, that's real simple. Then let's do assessment. I'm going to plug in the current diagnoses. Again, that's a great one because it's going to plug in the diagnosis, and this is bogus data. I just made these up. But then we'll plug in the treatment, okay, and we'll plug in today's treatment. So that's cool because you already have some good recorded information, and it was a click of a button. Let's go to the plan. Again, let's go by the week. So we'll say 3 times a week, okay? So now we have a very, very simple note. We'll just save it, and that'll be there forever now, okay? And the next note will get added to it. And again, we can print. It'll let you set the date ranges in the notes that you want to print. And you can keep that and then go to the screen and you'll get a printout of your note. We'll just put it on the screen for now. Okay, so let's get a little fancier than this. Let's go to the subjective, and now let's do another note. Let's just say that complaints of more back pain. But this time we're going to do something different. We're going to have the patient fill out a pain chart. And here's the pain chart. There's 2 of them on one page, and you can just cut this right down the middle, run them through a copy machine. Someday we might put it on the computer and let them fill it out on that, which I'm going to show you something like that in a moment. But have the patient, they just put their name and date up there. You know, you've seen pain charts, so you just have them put a, you know, a D here, or for a dull ache, or let's say an S for sharp pain. Maybe they could put a dull ache right here. So just put a D. And then they might have, you know, another pain. Maybe they have a burning pain, you know, up here in the shoulder or something. So now it says, okay, the area, and they could say back, and now they have to mark the severity from left to right, and it goes from 0 to 10. It's intentionally not labeled here because you don't want the patient like looking at numbers, and you want them to say, oh yeah, this is as bad as it gets, or it's just minor, or it's in the middle. So they'll mark that with the pencil, and they'll mark this with the pencil. So now you know the severity and the frequency of that problem. And the next problem would be the shoulder, and you do that, okay? And if they have more, you just, you know, it's you can give them another one, but you know, you may put some comments down here. The patient can also put comments. Oh yeah, it's feeling better, it's feeling worse. This gives the provider a great start. And if you have a staff in the office, they can go ahead and enter this data before you even see the patient. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to enter it. And I'm just going to pretend you have that paper. Now we're going to use the web, but not that one, right? We're going to use this one. Now we have a pain chart and a ROM chart, and I showed you this before, but if you had that dull ache in the lower back, it could be right there, and the severity could have been a 5, and the frequency could have been an 8. And then we said, oh, well, let's have a sharp pain up here, and that might be, you know, a 5, and this might be, you know, 20% of the time. And when we hit save, we're going to get that nice created note. And then we can, you know, one thing to do is just click down here and press Control A, and that highlights it. Now I can use the mouse and say, you know, let's copy that. Or I could just hit Control C, which is even quicker. And then I can come back over to my note, and I can just take a right here and paste, or I could hit Control V, and it would paste it. So already you're starting to see copy and paste are really important. Now if I hit merge, it will merge this with the patient's data and plug in, you know, the he, she, and the person's name. If I forget to do that and I save it, it will take care of it on the way over. So you don't, it's not going to forget to do it. So we'll merge it just for the fun of it. So now you've got a nice pain chart in there, okay? And that's, you know, you can do that every single visit. You know, it gives you a great subjective, you know, if you, depending on the situation with the patient. But and again, you can have your staff put that in, and you know, the staff can save it, and then when you come in, you can look and see that it's already in there. So let's do another one. Let's do objective. I'd like to just introduce you to this. Again, I have a whole set of tests and procedures, but right now I'm just going to do the motion. I only have a few in there now. We're going to do motion palp with cervical. Now take a look at this. Motion palp reveals hypomobile vertebral subluxation at, let's say at where? Let's say at C3. And then we're going to grade it. And these gradings can be changed to the Gonstead or whatever they are, other types, but you know, left and right and so on. And the, I guess the sort of dimension they're in. But we can have a whole set of these. We do have a whole set. They will be in there. So again, the assessment, we get a list of assessments. We can, you know, slight relapse here. And we can do the treatment. What are we going to do for treatment? Well, we could have a list of treatments, and then we could do that interferential with high heat. And, you know, in other words, we have these pull downs that have quite a bit of intelligence with them. Let's just get down. Let's save that note, and let's just that was the treatment. Okay, let's just save that. Now over here we've got that. let's just come into edit and play around. So we have objective. The motion palp reveals thoracic T1 through T12, okay? And then it says, let's say T6 and then theta. Now this will soon be set up so we can pick more than one, but right now that's a little bit of a work in progress, but not much of one. The other system does that already. So, you know, those are that gives you an idea of what we can do. The notepad, again, I mentioned that in the last video, but what you can do is say, okay, let's have all our forms in there and bring those in, and then you can start filling those forms out. And again, when you get them, lower back pain or whatever, once those are filled out, and this is an odd format that I'm in here, so you don't necessarily need this. You might have a slightly different format, but yesterday, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say here. Let's see if we grab these and bring them over, and then come back over here and paste those in. Oops, I did the wrong one. Let's grab that, copy it, and bring that over, and let's paste that in. Okay. So you get that idea too. Without running on too long here, I'm just going to do a couple little things. What I'm going to do is get rid of that note. We'll get out of here. Let's go up to the code tables, and then we'll go to the medical records macros. And when I find those, I have a whole bunch of medical macros in here. Now, if the way you saw how that worked, let's just say that we could click here and say the objective. Remember the motion palpation? Let's click the motion palpation. It reveals this. Now, if we kick this off and then we look for this MOCTL, well, if I do that, MOCTL, then that's coming over to here. And if you remember, we could pick the cervical, thoracic. Now, it also is going to have hypomobile vertebral subluxation, and then it's going to go to the next one. In this case, let's go to the thoracic, MOTHOR. Now, this was cool because remember we had 12 lines in there. We only put one here. So there's this little coding system. Every one of these special codes has 4 fields separated by semicolons. And you can create a T. This is a range of 1 to 12. And then when it's done, it goes to find theta. Well, what was find theta? Let's find that. Find theta. Oops, try that again. Find. And that was our grading system. And again, these could go to another grading system. It's easy enough. I could add easily come up here, and we could come down here and change things if we needed to. So this is some of the ideas of how this all works. Okay, I'm sure you did see that we had voice recognition in there, and you could. I don't have my Dragon running, but you just turn on Dragon. I'm not going to do it, but I will tell you, if you watch the other one, you'll see the voice, and it works excellent. So if you want to, dictate exams and stuff, as far as the technical terms, you can train it and you can add them. Oh yeah, and we even do have a let's cancel that, and let's come over here and let's go into edit. We even have a spell checker. Now, I don't know if that's turned on here. We'll find out. Yeah, it is. So it doesn't know anything because I haven't told it, but we could teach it lower back. It's just we could add it, add to the dictionary. Sure, why not? How about, I don't even know what, knee peeing. No, we don't want to do knee peeing. Not in dictionary, no pain. We'll just cancel that. I've had enough of that. But it does fine, and you can add all the words you want. So copy and paste are huge. You can make up all the charts and everything you want to use. histories and accident reports, work accident, auto accident, whatever, and just go to those. And so this will get us past the first lesson. Okay, we just want to let you know about the interactive nature. Once this is stored, it'll always be there. You'll have medical records here. Uh, uh, we can add more very easily. We can add vital signs and other things. So, but that's enough for right now. So let's go ahead and minimize all these crazy things and see if we can stop this. Okay, thank you and have a great day.